Hello everyone! Today I'm going to talk about two things. The first kind of relating to that one holiday that's coming up. The one where people gorge themselves into having gigantic food babies. That's right, Thanksgiving. But instead of talking about what I'm thankful for or about gratitude or something like that, I'm going to talk about the superficial aspects of it, like food, and my other subject, which is sleep. So let's get started, eh? So, one of the main things I wanted to talk about with food is what someone said to me one day. I was going and having a conversation with someone, and then they said this: "I wish I wasn't so addicted to food," which made me stop and think. And I thought about whether food is an addiction or not. And after thinking about this for a while, I came to the conclusion that food is not an addiction. Because in my little warped mind, I think that an addiction is something that the body doesn't need but wants, whereas something like food is something the body wants and needs. And it is true that some people eat food excessively, so it becomes kind of like an addiction, but I think the fact of just eating food is not an addiction. And no, I am not talking about anything that has to do with eating disorders. I'm just talking about the average person and food. And I think that to the average person, food is not an addiction. It's a craving that the body creates because your body needs nutrients and sustenance, not because it only thinks that it needs it. And it may be true that the body and the mind gets addicted to things in food, such as sugar or caffeine or MSG, but I am talking about the basic idea of food. But I will point out the fact that I live in America, and a lot of Americans eat a lot of food. But moving on to the other subject, sleep. I love sleep so much, but I never give my body enough of it, which is super lame. If we want to continue on that tangent of addiction, I can probably think of a couple people who are kind of addicted to sleep. But moving on, one of the interesting things about our bodies is the fact that there are sometimes that we really want something and have so much of something, but if we have too much, our body reacts negatively to it and tells us not to do it again. And like with food, if we gorge ourselves, at the end of it we'll really hurt, we'll never want to do that again, we'll have tummy aches. But it's the same way with sleep. Because have you ever had those times where you stayed up all night the other night, and then this night you slept for like 10 or 12 hours, and when you woke up you felt more tired and just exhausted? It's like your body, is able to calibrate itself and find a happy medium, and like gives you indicators if you're having too much or too little. It's kinda crazy. So, in conclusion of the two different events, everything is perfect in moderation. Don't eat too much food and don't get too much sleep, but also eat enough food and get enough sleep. And you are the controller of your own self. You get to choose how you eat and how you sleep, and you get to choose a lot of things. So to think about all the things that you're thankful for, think about the fact that you have a choice to sleep and to eat, and to get enough of both of those. Because there's some people who don't have the choice. So make that choice wisely. You keep being phantasmagical, and I'll try to keep being phantasmagical, and live in moderation. Cool. Bye.